Hello, beautiful. How are you? Welcome. Today, we're going to dive into how to market and sell your life coaching high ticket packages. So, welcome again. If this is your first time, my name is Millionaire, and I'm a high ticket business coach for women coaches. I support women to co-create high ticket business models so they can confidently sell $25,000, $50,000, and $100,000 packages. So let's dive right in, okay? So we're going to talk about three things today. First is going to be marketing. And then we're going to talk about sales. And then the third thing we're going to do, I'm going to share with you my business sales strategy conversation structure. So I have a system that I use for sales, and it's called Aligned Sales System. And I'm going to go through my 12-part conversation structure when I'm enrolling clients to work with me. So first marketing, then sales, and then I'm going to share my sales conversation structure. All right, so let's go. When it comes to marketing your high ticket business, you've been a life coach for a while, or maybe you're a new coach and you've decided now that you're ready to sell high ticket packages. So guess what? What do? How do you start selling those $25,000 packages or $50,000 coaching packages? And there's three basic steps with marketing. There's the connection, the nurture, and the conversion, which is the sale. So let's look at the connection part. This is where you get to connect with people who have never heard of you, or people who've heard of you in the past who haven't yet worked with you, okay? So on the connection, I like to look at outreach and inbound. And for outreach, the first thing is prospective clients. So I always invite people to consider creating a list of 100 dream clients that you would love to work with. Just a list of 100 people that you want to work with, and then reach out to them and invite them to a sales conversation, not the sales call, a conversation. And I have a video here that shows how to have the sales conversation when inviting prospective clients to work with you before they get into an enrollment conversation with you. And that is going to be in the playlist right below this video. And it's called the Complete Guide to Creating a High Ticket Life Coaching Business. Okay? So there we go. Your Dream 100 is your first step. It's your prospective client list of all the people that you would love to work with. And the second part of your outreach is your 3 Fs. And that's your family, your friends, and your former clients. So create a list of 100 people that you can reach out to tell that you're a high ticket business coach, to tell them about your business, to tell them what you're up to, and to see what they're up to. And so it's the 3 Fs is your family, your friends, and your former clients. So that's outreach, prospective clients, and the 3 Fs, okay? And now let's get into other forms of marketing strategies. The other one is my favorite. Number 2 is the content marketing strategy. And content strategy is really important because it allows you to do inbound marketing, where you create a space, kind of like a garden, and you grow all your content from different platforms, and you invite people to come to work with you, well, to come listen to the content, to binge on it, to get value from it. And from there, they get to raise their hands to say, yes, I want more of you. I want more of this experience. And under content marketing, I have 5 buckets for that. And the first one is speaking. Speaking is one of those things where you can do on stage, and now we have virtual speaking opportunities. So it's really powerful because people get to experience you live, people get to connect with you, people get to feel your energy, and they get to see you. So speaking is a really great one. And also podcasts. So speaking on stage and podcasts. The second part of content marketing is writing. Writing includes blogging. It includes writing articles for Entrepreneur Magazine, Forbes, health magazines, whatever your niche is. It's one of those things, writing articles and blogging. And then you have video, like this YouTube channel. And people think YouTube is a social media. No, it's not. It's a search engine. So if you create your content, your videos on your YouTube, you can actually put them on your website too and show up twice for 2 result spaces in Google, which is what you really want, because the SEO allows people who are searching for whatever it is you're doing to find you. And that is one of the easiest and the cheapest and the least resistant forms of marketing. So we have speaking, writing, and video. And then we have workshops. Workshops are great because you can do them virtually too. And you can do a brown bag workshop. You can do a lunch and a learn. Whatever it is topic you coach on, you can do a workshop for some people. It could be free, it could be paid, but at least you get out there and they get to know about you. They get to know what you do, how you do it, and who you do it with. And the last part is email marketing. And this is part of a nurture part of your marketing where you have people give you their emails and then you nurture them through a conversion process so that they can eventually raise their hands to work with you. Or you can reach out to them, depending on how much you see them consuming your content, and actually reach out to them and draw them from the one-to-many conversation and bring them into the one-to-one conversation with you. One-to-many is where people are on Facebook or they're on YouTube or they're in a meeting with you at a speaking engagement, and you take their emails and bring them into a one-on-one conversation down through your client funnel. We'll get to that later. So the next marketing strategy is referrals. Referrals are the easiest way to create business. And they're the most powerful way to get your marketing out there because you're talking to people who have raised their hand and said, yes, we want to know more about you. We want to actually work with you. We trust you because someone referred us to you. And I have a video also in the playlist about how to ask for referrals from clients, from friends, and from family. Okay, so that video is in the playlist, how to ask for referrals, because referrals are an important part of your business strategy. And most people try to leave that up to chance and say, oh, wow, I got a referral yesterday. Everyone needs to consider having a referral structure, a process, a system where you know you're asking for referrals at least every 90 days and have a pool of prospective clients that are warm leads that can come into your sales funnel at any time. That way you don't have to go hustling and, getting all stressed out looking for another client if you want clients. The other strategy, one of the most popular ones, I guess, is social media. So if you're into Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, it's a great way to show up and do lives, curate your community. That can be your garden. You bring people in and then you draw them from the one-to-many to your one-to-one email list, because you always want to get people out of that community into your one-to-one conversation so they can engage with you and you can nurture them so they can get to know you, like you, and trust you. Okay? So for the social media, I always say consider choosing one and focus on that one and master it. And yeah, you can do the other ones if you choose to, but at least master one. Get your content, your videos, get community on one of them, and then you can show up on the other platforms. Because if you spread yourself too thin, then it becomes exhausting, you get burned out, you get tired, and all of a sudden content marketing sucks. And it doesn't have to. And then there's paid Facebook ads. This one I don't usually recommend. I've done them in my fashion business and I've done them in my coaching business. But I don't recommend this until people have had enough, work with enough clients and have enough revenue come in where they can invest in a real Facebook strategy and work with someone who actually knows Facebook marketing strategy, because I don't specialize in that. I have no idea how that works. So I would say when you have the money to hire somebody who can work with you on Facebook ads, then do that, because leads are not really the problem. It's getting the foundation of your business in, getting your marketing foundation in, the sales foundation in, before you worry about all the leads. Because you get all the leads, where are they going to go? What are you going to do with them? So Facebook is one of the last few strategies that I recommend for coaches, whether you're new, middle, or advanced. Get the foundation piece in place first. Know your niche, know your positioning, have your messaging, know who you're targeting on Facebook before you throw money at Facebook, okay? And then with the Facebook ads, again, think always draw people from one to many to one-to-one. So if you're doing Facebook ads, I recommend you having a website or a landing page where you have an opt-in, a lead magnet, so you can collect emails and then nurture these individuals in the nurture part of the marketing. Because what happens if you just throw money at Facebook and get these people in the community, how do you connect with them? You need them on your email list. You need to have a one-to-one situation, because with high ticket, you're not selling a $500 course. You're not selling a $5,000 course. You're selling an outcome, a result that comes out of a coaching relationship, a personal coaching relationship. And the whole point of all of these one-to-many interactions is to get people from the one-to-many and come into a one-on-one sales conversation with you, an actual personal conversation where you get to see what they want, determine what it is they want, and see how you can help them, if you can help them, see whether you're a great fit. That's the whole point of this marketing for high ticket. To sell $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000, it's not just, they're my Facebook group. That's great too, and you can do that, but it's great to create that one-to-one so you can have a personal sales conversation with them, an actual conversation. And the last part of the marketing strategy is really just nurturing, having your client funnel where you bring them onto your website, they get a lead magnet, they give you their email, and then you nurture them with emails. And eventually you move to the sales conversation. And the thing with emails, with Facebook, I know some people like to have a Facebook group. One of the questions is, give us your email. Please do not add people to your email list when they join your Facebook if they don't know you're going to do that. Okay, it's crappy, it's sleazy, and it's not good marketing. So invite people from the Facebook, throw the money at Facebook, but at least drive the traffic to your email list, to your opt-in, so they can get on your email list that way. So let's recap the marketing. You have outreach, prospective clients, and your 3 F's, your family, your friends, and your former clients. And then you have your content strategy. That is your speaking, your writing, your videos, your workshops, and your email marketing. Then you have referrals, and you have social media, you have paid Facebook ads, and you have your client funnel. So those are the ways to market. Those are only 6 of the ways to market, okay? There's a lot more. I'm going to be doing videos on 25 marketing strategies for coaches. But for now, I want to see what's resonating with you, what is landing with you. Which one of these strategies do you resonate with most, and which ones do you think you want to use? Like with content, with speaking, I don't recommend doing all the speaking things. Choose one speaking platform, one speaking strategy, and master that one before you move to anything else. Choose one writing strategy, master that one, dominate that one, and then move to something else. With the workshops, launch and learns, master that one before you do other workshops. If you're doing email marketing, I highly recommend email marketing. Email marketing is not dead, okay? People are on your turf. You own your real estate when you have a website and can collect emails. You don't own LinkedIn, you don't own Facebook, you don't own any of those, Instagram, and they could go down at any time. It hasn't happened yet, but they could go down for days. And then what are you going to do? Where's your business? So you need to have that foundational piece in place of an email list and website, and preferably a blog. So marketing. Now, before we move on to sales, I want to ask you to hit subscribe if you're getting value out of this. That way you can come back for more. I have a whole playlist of everything you need to build a successful high-ticket coaching business, whether it's life coaching, health coaching, or any other niche, okay? But before we go to sales, I want to talk about something, because you're not selling life coaching. And as a high-ticket business, high-ticket life coach, your clients are not going to be buying high-ticket life coaching. They're going to be investing in the outcome or results that your offers are going to give to them. And so when you get to the sales part, you are selling the results. And even if you don't have a defined niche, I can tell you right now that you already do have a niche, okay? Because there are 3 profitable niches. One is money, which includes business, career, leadership coaching, executive coaching, any kind of coaching that gives somebody money, helps them get a better job, helps them create cash, helps them get more wealth, is money coaching, even if you don't call it that. So as long as you do something that falls in one of those buckets, you're a money coach, okay? That's your niche. And then the other niche is relationship coaching. So as long as you're helping somebody find love, keep love, hold on to their marriage, help fix their marriage, or help them to make their marriage better, or anything that has to do with love or dating or anything like that, is relationship coaching. So you are in a relationship coaching niche. And if you're doing anything that has to do with health, helping people lose weight, helping people feel better, helping people heal themselves and reverse diabetes or reverse heart disease, or helping women who are struggling with having babies. Whatever you're doing that affects health is a health coaching niche. So as long as you're doing something and offering some result, you are in a niche. And if you're in a niche, then you need to understand what results you create, because people pay for results. People pay for outcomes. And your offer has to be outcome and result based, because nobody's going to wake up and pay $25,000 for high ticket life coaching. I don't even know what that is. Okay. So when it comes to sales, know that you have an outcome and you're going to sell it. You're going to sell that. And how do you sell it? You know, everyone needs to have, consider having just one signature high ticket offer. Anything more than one or two is a distraction. It becomes like an Amazon warehouse and people don't know where to look, and a confused mind doesn't buy. So have one signature outcome, one signature coaching offer. And if you need to have a second one, then have what I call the breakthrough high ticket coaching offer, which is the introduction to work with you. Because most high ticket offers are maybe a year long or 18 months. Mine is 18 months long. So I also have a high ticket VIP intensive day, which is, it's not a starter, it's actually my downsell. But for people who I don't think I can work with for 18 months, I invite into that conversation to work with me for the 1-day VIP and 90-day experience, so that I can get to see if we're a great fit to be together in a private relationship for 18 months. So your breakthrough offer is going to be something that's, a VIP day, a half-day VIP, a 3-day retreat. It might be something like an audit, maybe a packaging and pricing audit, maybe a health audit, depending on what coach you are, maybe a career resume audit. And it's high ticket because you're going to pay for it. If you're going to pay for it, it's going to be a high investment. It's not another $97 offer, another $37 offer. Okay. And the beauty of having a breakthrough offer is this: it makes your signature coaching offer look reasonable. So let's say, for example, I'm selling my signature coaching offer, which is the Divine Intuitive Millionaire experience, and that is 18 months and is a six-figure investment. It's at least $6,000 a month. So if I'm offering that and somebody has some thoughts like, oh, I don't know if that's possible, if I can do that, then I can offer the downsell, which is, well, you can also do most of this with me in the high ticket investment, the high ticket intensive for sales, and we can work on this, and that, and that's only $15,000. So it either makes the breakthrough investment like a drop in the bucket, or makes the high ticket investment look very reasonable. All right, that's the sales part. Now let's get into actual selling, where I share with you my 12-step process for actually, after marketing, after bringing people into my funnel, into the sales client funnel, now we get to enroll them and actually exchange. It's the only part where you make money, is the conversation I'm about to share with you. That is the only part of your business, in your coaching business, where you actually make money. Everywhere else, you're serving and you're losing money. In your sales conversation, you're serving and you're making money, okay? So I want you to stay for this part because this is the most important part. Now let's see. My aligned sales system is based on alignment and spiritual sales, which is service. One of the things that I've seen, I've been trained in outbound sales. I've done cold calls. I've done direct sales. And the thing that stands out the most is the pushiness, the very masculine way of driving for the sale. Here's the thing. People are not airplanes, so you don't have to land them. So we're not landing the sale in the sales call. People are not doors. You don't have to close them. So you don't have to close the sale in the call. The whole point of the spiritual aligned sales system is to create a safe space where people can come in and you can add value to them. You can actually serve them so they get as much value from the sales conversation as they would from you coaching them. And if I'm standing as a fly on the wall watching you in a sales conversation using the spiritual aligned system, I can't tell the difference between a prospective client conversation and a sales conversation. okay? Because you are giving as much love, as much value, and as much impact in the sales conversation as you would in a coaching conversation without you actually giving them the thing, okay? And there's an art to that, to coaching them to a yes or no versus trying to fix what's not broken. So the sales conversation, the only reason for the sales conversation is to get to an empowered decision. Are you going to work together or not? And to detach yourself from the outcome. So it doesn't matter if they say yes or no. You are here to offer all the love, all the value, because you got into this career because that you wanted to serve people. You wanted to add value and make a lot of money so you can do even more good in the world and have the life that you want unapologetically, without any apologies, without any guilt, without any form of, crappy feeling or mindset issues about it. So let's dive into sales, all right? The first step of my 12-step system, and my system is 12 steps, but it's really just like 5 steps. I broke it down into bite-sized steps that work for me. And you're free to take this system and use it as your own and make it into whichever way works for you. Because remember, there's enough to go around. And you are not me and I'm not you. So you can never do it the way I do it, and I can never do my system the way you're going to do it. So I invite you to take it, make it into your own practice with it. And if you're aligned with it, then use it, or take the parts out of there that make sense to you and drop what doesn't. So here we go. The first step for me is the application system. So every client I work with has to complete the application. And it's a screening process so that the tire kickers and the people who cannot afford to work with me or don't have the time or the money or the space, or they have to ask their husband or their cat or their dog, they get to say, oh, she won't work with me. So the application is, I think it's about 12 questions. And I put the link to my application on there in case you want to create your own application if you don't have one. And you can use mine as a guide. You can copy it, use it as a guide. It doesn't really matter to me. We're not the same person, and there's enough to go around. There's abundance everywhere. So the application process screens clients. So it asks specific strategic questions, where they're in their business, their website, how long they've been in business, what they want, what challenges they're facing, what they want to create, why they want to work with me, why is now the best time. But one of the most important questions on there is whether they're committed to investing in coaching with me right now. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how invested and committed are they? And if it's less than a 10, I invite them not to apply to work with me, because I cannot work with anyone for less than a 10. This is 18 months. Even in the high ticket sales intensive, it's an intimate 90-day experience after the VIP day. And anyone that's less than a 10 is really a 1 or a 2. That's just honest. That's the truth, okay? Anyone that says I'm not a 10 is a 1. That's the reality of that. If you've had experience working with people who are 1, you don't want to do that again. So if they're not a 10, they don't get to apply with me. And also, before they get on the sales call with me, on my application form, they know how much it costs to work with me. So they have to answer the question, have you looked at the investment price or how much it costs to invest to work with me? And do you have this investment, or is it something you can readily source? And they have to say yes to that. If it's no, they cannot complete the application. We're not going to come on the sales call and start talking about money and start talking about objections. We don't do that. Your time is way too valuable, and so is mine, okay? And also on the application form, it tells you, this is how the call is going to go. We're going to talk about your vision. We're going to co-create that together. I'm going to ask you about your vision. You're going to tell me about it, enroll yourself in your vision. And then we're going to look at the obstacles in the way. And then we're going to see what blind spots there are. And we're going to see how I can help you. And at the end of our conversation, we're going to come to a decision, and you're going to decide yes or no. And if it's no, I can support you with resources. If it's yes, I get to tell you when we get started. So all that is in the application form. So when they get on the call, there's no shenanigans. There's no, oh my God, ickiness, whatever. They know exactly why we're here, to have an energetic exchange. I'm going to share value. I'm going to serve them, ask them what they want, and they're going to get enrolled in their vision. Then they're going to say yes, or I'm going to say no at a certain point because we're not a great fit. So let's dive in. So that was the application process. After that, step 2 is shifting your mindset. You as the coach, shifting your mindset from selling to serving, moving from I have to land the client, they're not a plane, or I have to close the client, they're not a door. They're a person. They're a human being who has amazing dreams. And with high ticket client, it's all aspirational. They have all these dreams. They have these things they want to do. They want to feel better. They want to make more money. They want to have the baby. There's so many things. They have their dreams. And they come into this place to share it with you. So you shift your mindset to one of service, of love, and show up with value and be there for them. Create a space where they can actually feel comfortable talking to you about their deepest dreams and desires. Okay? That's the mindset, shifting it. And you know how I do that is before every call, I meditate. Sometimes I dance. I dance to Shakira's Try Again. I think it's from, I forgot the movie, but it's called Try Again, and I dance to that. It helps me with my sales mindset. Or I meditate. So when I get on the call, I'm in a high energy mode. And that leads me to the third step of this conversation. And that third step is energetic connection. See, what happens is that you and the prospective client are not always on the same page when it comes to energy. They might show up really scared because they're coming on a call with you to tell you their deepest dreams. They may have met you before, maybe they haven't. Even if they've been in your nurture list on your email, it's still very weird for them to come tell you something they've never told anybody else in their life. The biggest hopes for themselves. And you're coming all excited to add value. So when you show up on the call, you have to pause and see, where's your client? And that's why I love doing my calls on Zoom video, because I can look into your eyes and feel your energy. On the phone, it's great too, but I prefer a video because I want to look into your eyes. I can read your energy at that point. And so we establish rapport at this point in step 3, where we match energy so that we're not unaligned. So I align my energy to theirs, or they align their energy to mine. I lean in and mirror and create a safe space. And this doesn't take more than 45 seconds, because then you go down the rabbit hole of talking about the weather and all this other stuff. So the rapport part, the energetic connection, is about 45 seconds, okay? The fourth part is the leadership part. And you know, this is really short because on the website application form, I already said how this was gonna go. And I repeat myself again. So on the leadership part 4 is leadership, and that's why I tell you, like I said, you saw in the application form, this is how this is going to go today. We're going to talk about your vision. We're going to see what's in the way, why you haven't created it. We're going to see why you're here today, how I can support you, if I can support you. And then you're going to make a decision of yes or no to working together. And if you're a good fit for me, I'm going to invite you to work with me, and you get to decide, okay? And then I get to that. Leadership is done. We've established the way the call is going to go. Now they know that there's a strategy, there's a place we're going to go. I don't have a place for them to get to specifically, but they know, okay, so she knows what she's doing. Okay, we're good. And we have that. So that's the leadership. And then we get into the real part of the sales conversation, the listening part of it. And this is the good part, because the sales conversation, I always say, is the most quiet conversation you're ever going to have in your life. It's the one where you don't talk, okay? It's the most quiet conversation you're ever going to have in your life. And there are only 2 things that I ever say on any sales conversation when we get to this part. And that is, tell me more, and is there anything else? Those are the 2 things I only ever say. Tell me more, and is there anything else? As they tell me their vision, we dive into the vision. We go deeper and deeper, 7 layers, 11 layers, 12 layers under the vision, the why beneath the why of what they want. And then we'll also talk about, we look at obstacles. What's in the way? What's stopping you from creating this thing that you say you want so bad? What's slowing you down? What obstacles are in the way, and where are those obstacles coming from? How have they affected you so far? And then we'll look at blind spots. And this is the part where the client gets their little mini breakthrough in a sales conversation and realizes that there's a pain they didn't even know they had. And then from that pain, they get to create the desire and get enrolled into their vision. And the whole time, you're just asking them to tell you more. And you ask them, is there anything else? So they can get it all out and see for themselves and feel that, you know, when they get the thing, when they add the 6 figures, when they create the high ticket business model and have all these new hours added to their free time, 20 more hours of free time, when they get to work with less people, because instead of working with 50 people, now they only get to work with 5 people. They're now charging $50,000 instead of $5,000. They have time with their family, time for their time with God, quality time with family and God. They have their freedom. They have their health back. How is that really going to feel? Then they get to live into that vision and get enrolled in it. And they realize there's a gap between the pain they're feeling right now and that aspirational thing they want. And that's where you want to get them to see the value of this conversation. And then I always ask them, not at this point, well, what values do you get from our conversation? Because I want to know where that gap is for them. So that is step 5, the listening part. But step 6 is the reflection. And that is where I reflect back to them what they've said, their vision, what they want to create, and what's in the way. And what I usually say is, what I'm hearing you say is, and I use their words. And I don't try to fix anything that's not broken, because nothing is broken. So I don't fix anything. I don't tell them what to do. They know what to do. They knew what to do before they got on the call. They just haven't done it yet. They know they need to charge $100,000. They know they need to charge $50,000. They haven't done it yet because there's something in their mindset that's stopping them. There's something they think is too much work, too heavy, too hard, too challenging. And that's why they're here. So I don't have to tell them what to do because they're not going to do it. Okay. And I'm coaching them. I'm not a strategist. I'm not a mentor. I'm not a teacher. I'm a coach. So I'm coaching them to a decision. So I reflect back to them what they've said to me. You know, the blind spots, the gaps, everything, their vision. And I ask them, is that what you're saying? Just to be sure we're on the same page to establish that trust. And once I get past the reflection, I pause, ask them, is there anything else? Is there anything they left out? Sometimes there's something else that they've left out, and they tell me that. And sometimes that's all. We go, no, that's it. And then I get to the next part, which is number 7, the step 7, the fit. This is where I let you know if we're a great fit. Because I know it looks like it's inherent in the conversation, but not really, because sometimes I think, energetically we're off, we can't do this. I will tell you, I don't think we're a great fit to work together, but this is what I have for you. And usually I'll refer them to a colleague. Or if maybe they need some more resources before they're ready, or maybe there's a book I can refer for them to read, or maybe there's something, just anything but working together. And if I decide they're a great fit, I tell them, I think I would love to work with you. You're a great fit to work with me. I think we'll be able to do what you want to do. And then I do number stage 8. Step 8 is the reminder. Remember the application form where they had to say on a scale of 1 to 10 where they were to work right now and whether they could afford to work with me? So I remind them, I read back what they said, and I said, in the application you said on a scale to 1 to 10, you're ready to go right now. You're 10. And that you can invest right now. So I get the commitment level again. Are you still committed right now to start? Because if you're not committed, we don't have a conversation about my offer. There's no point. But if they're still committed, then we move on to step 9, where I say, I do have something that I can support you based on what we've said, based on the outcomes you want, based on the results you want to create, and based on the conversation we've had here today. I do have something that can support you. But I ask them, would you like to hear about it? I don't just tell them. I ask permission, and that makes them trust me more because I'm not just dumping on them. So when they say yes, which they're gonna, of course they're not gonna say, no, I don't want to hear about it. That's what they came on the call for, right? So they say, yes, I want to hear about it. And then I get to step 10, where I recommend the offer to them. And usually I go with my signature coaching offer. But if it's someone who's struggling with sales, or someone who just wants to master sales because, they have their offer, they have their pricing, they know they have high ticket already, and all they need is a sales part, then I recommend the high ticket sales intensive, because it's just a 1-day VIP, and it's a 90-day experience, and we get together, we'll master sales, we'll go through all the enrollment issues, we nail that down, and they don't have to be with me for 18 months. And if it's someone who needs the whole niching, the packaging, the pricing, the co-creation, the business models, the sales, the marketing, the mastery, the positioning, all of the things, and the money mindset work, all of the things, then I recommend the Divine Intuitive Millionaire Experience, which is the one-on-one 18-month experience. Both my offers are one-on-one private. So I offer the one that is most going to be valuable for the person. It's not it might not be the one that's most expensive, thankfully not, because I have to tie it to the outcome they want and be in integrity with the results that I can co-create with them. All right. So I do that. I recommend the best option for them. And number 11, step 11, after I've told them the offer, I lean back and I shut up. I don't say anything. I just keep quiet because they have to process what I've just said. And when I tell them the information, by the way, in step 10, I don't go through all the benefits and all the features of it. I tell them the name and the outcome because it matches what they came to me for, because I only offer those two outcomes in my business, okay? Either you master high ticket sales or you co-create a complete high ticket coaching business with me. So whichever outcome they want is the one I offer to them, and I lean back and I shut up. And that's step 11. And step 12 is where they give me their credit card information and we schedule our first session. All right. So I'm going to do a video about my whole 12-step process and dive deeper into it and break each part down as to how it works and, you know, the mindset reasoning behind that. But I'll just list them now. It's the application, shifting your mindset, energetic connection, leadership, listening, reflection, fit, recommended reminder. Would you like to know more about the offer? Recommend the best option, lean back and shut up, and take payment. 12 steps. So there you have it. You have the marketing, you have the connection, the nurture, the conversion, which is now the sales conversation, and you have my 12-step process for my entire sales enrollment process. Okay, it's the same thing that I do with my private clients in the high ticket sales VIP intensive. It's the same thing. It's just that we go deeper and deeper and deeper and work through all the mindset issues and all the possible objections that might come up, which don't come up if you have an application form on your website. You know, it makes the process smoother. So if this is something, marketing and sales is something that you want to dive deeper into for your high ticket life coaching business, and you want to create your own systems and processes that allow you to have the ease and flow, simplicity and grace to run your business with ease, then I invite you to apply for my high ticket sales intensive. It's a VIP day intensive where we dive really deep and we have a 90-day experience. You know, I'm going to put the link on the website below so you can apply and see. You can see what we do, what you get. But the outcome is that you walk out mastering your sales, mastering your mindset, mastering your marketing, knowing your marketing content for the next 18 months, for the next 1 year, for the next 2 years, having all your content planned out, knowing how to ask for the sale, knowing what you're selling and who you're selling it to, being really clear on how you position yourself as a high ticket coach in the market. Are you positioned based on price? Are you positioned based on results and outcome? Are you positioned based on your niche? How have you positioned yourself? What is your niche? What is your messaging? Are you still talking to clients that you think you're qualified to serve? Or are you speaking messaging that's aspirational and goes to the desire of your new high ticket clients? We dive into all of that. So, you know, hit subscribe, come back for more, watch the playlist and apply. Let's work together. Let's see if we're a good fit to work together. You already know my 12-step process. So when you come on the call, you know exactly how it's going to go. And don't apply if you're not a 10 out of 10. Your time is way too valuable, and so is mine. So hit subscribe, come back for more, catch the playlist, come back and binge watch it. If you want to work with me, apply, and let's get this started. It's been good having you.